Let me get to our guest, Dianna Crumpler, Gold Star family member, and the story of her brother whose plane disappeared in 1962. Dianna, are you there? Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I am here. I certainly am.
Thank you so very, very much for sharing the story with us. We posted it on our website, and it's one of those stories that nobody knew about. And just to let
That's what I'm hearing.
That's
yes.
what it's in. Let me read a little bit of this just to cover it, to help you out a little bit. March 16th, 1962, Flying Tiger Line Flight 739 was on a secret mission, disappeared. On board were 93 United States Army soldiers, 11 civilian crew members. So it was pretty heavy packed. Very little is known about what happened to the plane and its passengers, and due to the circumstances surrounding the mission, the names of those lost have not yet been added to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Where are we with that as of today, Dianna?
We are the same place we were in 1962. Hopefully, we are working toward getting something done. There were also 3 Vietnam soldiers on that flight. I didn't know if you were aware of that.
I wasn't aware of that. Was not?
Yes. They were picked up in Hawaii on their way to Saigon.
We are talking, 59 years ago?
Yes, 59 years.
Wow.
And we've been working. I haven't been working as diligently as I should have, but last weekend, we had a get-together of as many of the families of Flight 739 as we could get together. There were 20 represented, I believe, about 100, maybe 150 people there. And it's the first time we've ever really gotten together and compared notes about what people are doing, trying to get their names on the Vietnam Wall.
Dianna was let me read this one. Among the family members who attended the unveiling of the monument, your brother was James Henry Taylor.
Yes.
And he is the son of James and Henry Taylor of Olive Branch, Mississippi. He was on Flight 739. He attended college at Northwest Mississippi Junior College and Northwest Community College, and met his wife Dianna from Crenshaw. And after he finished school, they had a baby. He figured the best way for him to support that and the best way for him to do what he wanted to do was to be enlisted in the Army, and he did that. And we'll talk about the re-enlistment in a moment or two, but he spent the first years in the Army, and that was before the Vietnam War. Then he re-enlisted and told his wife that upon re-enlisting, he was going to be sent to Vietnam.
If he knew exactly where he was going. From listening to some of the people this past weekend, they were told by the soldiers, some of their family, that they possibly wouldn't be coming back. We were never told that. He just hugged us and off he went. I don't want to believe that he thought that himself. But the reason that he went ahead and re-enlisted was because Dianna was pregnant with the second child. Mm-hmm. He was studying to be a minister at Southwest, which is now Rhodes College, and he wasn't trained for much else. So to raise his family, he needed to go back into the Army.
But he didn't have any particular expertise. In other words, from coding or espionage or bomb making. I mean, his expertise was not something that you think he would be on this flight for a particular mission.
Well, I didn't think so until I heard from some of the other people, and it seems that they were trained for. They were going to train in Vietnam, and they were trained for jungle warfare, and also communication skills that he had gained during the first tour of duty. I was also asked several years ago if he was CIA. I think that this mission had something to do with the CIA.
You said the mission to Vietnam was his first deployment. This mission was on Tiger Line Flight 739. It was a very secret mission. It was such a secret mission that all the men were told they could bring nothing with them, nothing that identified them in any way. They had to leave their wedding rings, all their pictures. They couldn't take that. They didn't even have their dog tags. Everything was left at home.
From what I understand, the only thing they were able to take with them was clean underwear and the clothes they had on their back.
Then you said the flight left March 16th, 1962, again 59 years ago, was lost from radar between Guam and the Philippines or Saigon. And you said, I know that they made it to Guam. How do you know he made it to Guam?
When they were refueling, they got off the plane to stretch, and he dropped a postcard off to his wife to tell her that he loved her and where he was and everything was going well. That was the last that she or any of us heard from him.
Through the years, was she given, the parents or any of the parents, were they ever contacted by anybody at all to say that any debris was found? Because they did, what I understand, was one of the largest searches in that area, and nothing was found. Yes.
No, we got the standard letter from President Kennedy saying that, missing in action, I believe is the way it was put. Mm-hmm. And then later there was a certificate sent by the Clinton administration. Other than that, there's been no contact at all. But there was no sign of debris or oil slick or anything else that would, if it had been sabotaged, that it, would have left something behind anyway.
You said you had talked to one of the families, or maybe more than one, who basically had said something to the point that they had heard one of the soldiers say that they probably would not be coming back. Did you hear that from one or more? Several.
I heard that from several this past weekend. Maybe my brother just didn't want to scare us or worry us or whatever. He was that kind of fella. So I just think if he knew that or if he thought that, he wouldn't share it with us.
Dianna, was the plane a military plane?
Tiger Line was a charter flight.
I got you. It was a charter flight.
Yes.
When they lost it on radar, was that something that was confirmed by the officials there? Was there bad weather somewhere, or was there fire, anti-aircraft fire, or something like that at that particular place? Do they know?
There was no record of bad weather or any distress calls or anything from the plane. Now, there was a tanker in the Pacific at the time. I believe it was manned by Italian soldiers or Italian personnel. I'm not sure what they were, but they said that they saw a flash of light and a stream of light in the sky twice, two of them. And they followed the coordinates to where they thought it was, which was 17 miles from the tanker. And they searched diligently, and then I think several countries joined into the search as well, and nothing was ever found.
We have a final segment here, and it's a short segment, but I want to ask you this. Is what's holding up having this marker and things such as that? Is it because we don't have the names, or is it because it's unless they could identify or have some special designation or declaration, then you can't go forward with this? What will it take? We'll have a final segment with Dianna Crumpler. Final segment here. Let me get back to our guest, Dianna Crumpler. And you guys, and Dianna, you mentioned a few moments ago that you guys, the families, got together, and you got together in Columbia Falls, Maine, and there was a special reason that the new monument is there, made entirely of granite. It stands 8 feet tall, 9.5 feet wide, 4 feet deep at the base, displays the engraving of each of the 93 Army soldiers aboard, as well as the names of the 11 flight crew members, many of whom were veterans themselves, all on the stone. Tell me why it's in Columbia Falls, Maine.
The founder of Wreaths Across America overheard the story being told by Jennifer Kirk, a niece of one of the soldiers that was on the flight. Mm-hmm. And he was a veteran, and they provide wreaths for Arlington Cemetery, national cemeteries all over the United States. And he heard this story, and he told Jennifer, we are going to do something for these men. This has been too long. And his family furnished the ground where it's a forest of balsam fir, and it's a beautiful place. And they furnished the monument, and it was breathtaking.
How about that?
When they took the shroud off, it just took my breath away. It was beautiful.
His
name was Morrill Wooster.
What
They live in Columbia.
Okay, I was going to ask,
across America.
is it easily accessed to anybody to go by and see it?
It's off the road a good ways,
Wow.
but yes, there's a road to
right.
it, and you can go and see it, yes.
Was James Henry Taylor the only Mississippian on that flight?
Yes. There were 34 other states represented. There were 34 states total on that flight. I kind of went through them. I have all the names of all the passengers and where they were from.
Let me ask you this. Because have you gotten a reason from this that you know the names and everything else? Has there been anybody in an official position to tell you why those names could not be added to the Vietnam Memorial?
I sent a letter to Roger Wicker some time ago, and he said that it was unauthorized or not approved and not sanctioned. And that was one reason. The other seemed to be because they were not killed in Vietnam. Okay? Mm-hmm. They never made it to Vietnam, even though it was not their choice to be on this plane headed for Vietnam. They didn't make it there, so why would they be on the wall? Well, this weekend, a gentleman by the name of Phil Waite was there. He's a chief strategist for the U.S. Vietnam War commemoration. And he gave us all Vietnam War veteran pins. It's the first thing that's ever been given to us at all concerning this. But in 29, am I talking too much?
No. You only got about a minute left, so please give us as much as you can.
In 2019, this is very important. A bill was put forward by Gary Peters of Michigan, Senator. And it's Senator Bill SB 1891, and it was exclusively for putting the names of these soldiers on the Vietnam Veterans Wall. And it was referred to the Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, and it died there. And we are all the ones that were there last weekend are trying to contact our senators now and get that bill reenacted. I am in touch, or trying to get in touch, with Cindy Hyde Smith as we speak almost.
Well, they all listen, so hopefully they will take that up. Is there a number that they could call you?
Sure. Yeah, I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah, I don't want you to put it. Do you want to put it over the air? Or do you want to just give it to me off the air? So I don't. I hate to say.
I'll put it on the air. I'll probably get some bad calls, but I do anyway.
The phone number is, if anybody from Trent Kelly to Palazzo or anybody else wants to call you, House or Senate.
Palazzo has been contacted, and Trent Kelly said he was working on it.
Okay.
So hopefully something is going to be done.
Well, we got enough time to give the number before we run out of time here.
Okay, it is 901 351 8247.
8247. Look, thank you so very, very much. I appreciate this. I wonder if Freedom of Information Act could be used in this one, but that's something we'll talk to maybe one of our state delegation about that. Dianna, thank you so very much.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it has been done. It has been done.
It has been done, but it's so redacted you can't use it. I see.
Ma'am, thank you so very much. We appreciate you sharing the story with us.
Thank you.
You got it. The phone number is 901-351-8247 for Miss Crumpler. That's it. Ciao.